All right. Hello, my name is Jacob Finch. I'm a transfer student here at SPU. Most recently came here from Los Angeles, California, and I'm here today to talk to you about working with me in a group. And so today I'm going to talk about really three main points. One is that I'm extroverted. Number two is that I'm a strong internal locus of control. And number three being a natural leader. And so starting off with the first point of me being extroverted, you may have been able to tell from the first day of class. Was very talkative. But if not, let's just bring in some of the statistics from the tests. So the Myers-Briggs test said I was about 70% extroverted over introverted. And as well, the Big Five personality test said I was in the 95th percentile for being extroverted. So based on those two statistics, I am very extroverted. But what does this mean exactly? So it means I'm very social, I'm outgoing, and I will often have high energy. So how does it translate to the group and our group project? Well, for the most part, and initially it would be with group discussions. I would be very involved, very social, which is definitely a strength. But at the same time, I'd like to bring forward the possibility of a weakness with that. I could tend to dominate the conversation or the discussion. And so with that, I really wanted to mention a guideline that I drew from the two tests. Now keep in mind, the Big Five personality test also said that I was very agreeable. And so here's the guideline. Although I am extremely social and may tend to dominate the conversation, I am incredibly agreeable and will respect and consider group members' feelings and ideas. And so according to Psychology Today, about 50 to 70% of all people in the general population are extroverted. So what else sets me apart? What else makes me different? And that brings me to my second point of me being a strong internal locus of control. And I'm not only a strong internal locus of control, I'm incredibly strong. I scored a 23, and 22 is the maximum you can be of the internal locus of control. So what exactly does it mean to be a strong internal locus of control? It means I actively engage in activities that improve my and my group's situation. I emphasize striving for achievement, as well as I have a participative management style. And to further explain that, I wanted to bring in an experience of mine when I was a manager for a restaurant. Many of the other managers enjoy just sitting in the office and doing that kind of thing, where I was way more participative. I really like to do a lot of the groundwork in the day-to-day operations, as well as my managerial experiences, but that was kind of an example of me being a participative management style. But the most important thing that I feel that the test told me about being an internal locus of control was that I'm a hard worker and I'll persevere even through adversity. So that's obviously a strength. But potential weaknesses that can come from this is I can tend to want to control everything. And of course, that's not great for a group project when everyone needs to be involved, and especially in a group like ours where I know we tend to have a lot of leaders. And so I have a guideline for that as well that I kind of wanted to speak on, and that's I am a very hard worker and will persevere even in the times of hardship. However, I have a tendency to want to control everything, thus the group should feel comfortable taking control if I overstep my bounds in terms of controlling. And so if you've been following along, both of these kind of point to my third point, which is leadership. I'm definitely a natural leader. And so you may have caught that trend of the points. Both of those can kind of be seen as leadership qualities. The locus of control obviously wants control, as I stated. And so even though, we talked about the TED Talk in class about how there's kind of been this shift recently of the belief that maybe people who are introverts are better leaders. But I found a recent study from the USA Today, and it states that 65% of executives say they perceive introversion to be a barrier to leadership, and only 6% said they believe that introverts make better leaders than extroverts. So I would say that yes, both of these points do point to me being a natural leader still in today's workplace. And so I like to think of myself as a leader since birth. Since I was 2 years old, when my parents had my sister, I kind of had to assume that leadership role, kind of blazing a path and setting correct trends for my younger siblings, as well as kind of just leading them in the correct path. And so the Myers-Briggs test stated that my best potential careers were all, like the top five it suggested, were all within management. And so I'd like to bring up two experiences that I had. One was one I kind of already addressed, which was me managing a restaurant. And in that I was very successful. I worked there for about a month as just a server until a corporate executive had come in and noticed my intangible leadership skills, as well as my work ethic, and I was promoted within my first month of employment to manager. I was very successful at that. And then my second was I was the chief financial officer as well as the founder of a nonprofit organization for a while. And in that role, I kind of had to lead teams, and anything on the finance side I was in charge of. And so those were kind of some of my experiences as a leader, and as a natural leader, it just came very natural to me. I mean, of course, you still have to work at it, but it was kind of just a natural thing for me. And so with that, I have one final guideline. So as a natural leader, I will automatically assume a leadership role. However, I recognize we have many leaders on our team, and I have no issue sharing that role. So in conclusion, we talked about really three main points. It was that I was extroverted, it was a very strong internal locus of control, and that I'm a natural leader. And with all that, I will leave you and just say that I'm very, very much looking forward to a great year and an amazing group project. Thanks.